do not believe we are acquainted. Fully lead me to my thoughts. The sigil of the D'Artancourt family? How is it that you came to be in possession of this button? For the body of a murdered woman? Her face, was it marred in any way? I had feared as much. I can no longer feign ignorance. I shall reveal to you the truth of the deaths, but on one condition. You promise to put an end to my lady's madness and free her from her torment. The real reason I want to ever get affiliate so I can have so I can make some emotes. I was once a manservant in the employ of one of the oldest and proudest families in Bretagne, the D'Artancourts. During that time, I had the honor of waiting upon Lady Amandine, mistress of the household. Fair as summer was she, and possessed of a heart befitting her radiance. Alas, the calamity wrought a great change in her. Though my lady escaped with her life, death may well have been a kinder fate. Never will I forget the day the bandages were removed and she beheld her disfigured face for the first time. At that moment, the kindly woman I knew ceased to be. Unable to bear the thought of being seen, my lady sequestered herself within her chambers and refused all company. This continued for many uneasy moons, until one day, without warning, she began receiving queer guests. None among us knew whence they came, these masked men, but my lady believed that they would help her to regain that which she had lost. So began the rites of rejuvenation. These rituals seemed innocent enough in the beginning, but grew ever more grotesque as time went by. Eventually there came a day when my lady bound one of her handmaidens to her bed and proceeded to mutilate the poor girl's face. To suffice it to say, she did not survive the ordeal. It fell to me to dispose of her body. I performed the dreadful task as bade, or obedient servant that I was, but when the time came to return to the house, my legs refused to move. I knew then that I could not go back to that place, not after the nightmare I had witnessed. So it was that I left Hawken Manor, my home for nigh on half a century. Long did I weep for the girl who was slain, and longer still for the woman that Lady Amandine had been. But one cannot wait forever, and I endeavored to put the matter behind me. Indeed, I had resolved never to speak of my experience, until you appeared before me. My lady's madness must be ended, lest more innocent lives be lost. Lay her tormented soul to rest as you swore to me you would. She waits you at Hawke Manor, on the western edge of the central shroud. Go now, and do what must be done. Oh hey, a dungeon. Best way to get there. Trying to remember some things. Let's pull up a map. Can't remember if you have to go. Pretty sure this is the zone with like the raised area, and I'm trying to remember whether you have to go up there to get to this. I don't know, I'm just pronouncing it how I think it looks like. The KKE would Like, H-A-U-K would be hawk. But, I don't know, maybe it's hawk, maybe it's hawka. I've always pronounced it hawka. I don't think it's... Basically, in this game, as things aren't voiced, you don't exactly know how they're pronounced. Like, people weren't entirely sure how Alfino or Aleze were pronounced until their name was said in a voiced cutscene. But we are at Hawka Manor. With that, toss ourselves into the queue. Let's see. But let's see if I'm allowed to fish here. Apparently not. Yeah, the bait's not good anyway. I have to step out. Come on, let me switch. Okay. Yeah, I'll unlock fishing and use it when I'm waiting for queues. There's a reason Final Fantasy Square Enix keeps telling people to do this dungeon on Halloween. Though 1000 Maws of Todorok hard mode is also good for a Halloween dungeon. Yeah, the theming on this is beautiful, and they did. So this may be the first time a lot of you are seeing this since the redo. There's been some minor modifications to this dungeon recently. Some people are probably happy about one of the modifications they made. I'm a little indifferent. Used to be a point in this dungeon where when you beat a certain boss, you had to go back to the beginning to go up the stairs, and the fastest way to do that was to use return. And you would have to tell people quite often, hey, use return, go back. So I understand the reason for the change. But one of the things they modified with the most recent, I think it was last patch or 2 patches ago, but it was really recent, was there's now a portal at the end. So when you beat the second boss, there's now a portal to take you back to the entrance, rather than having to know to use return. This is also one of those dungeons that, yeah, kinda... It wasn't as bad as Copperbell or Tamtara. Maybe I'm thinking of 1000 Maws. There was one where you, like, had to grab the green motes in order to activate the pedestals to summon the bosses. I think that's 1000 Maws of Totorak, and then Tamtara Deepcroft is the one with, like, all the cultists. And it's Tom Tart Deepcroft hard mode that has a creepy soundtrack. But yeah, I've always been a fan of this dungeon. I think the maidservants really add to the ambiance, especially with their little so they haven't used it yet, which is weird, but the maidservants that float around have a large area of effect fear. I don't know if they got rid of it. Kind of. Weird if they did. Kind of. Okay, no they didn't. We're just killing it that fast. So that big circle is a fear. And it's kind of great, honestly. Gotta remember my positionals as a monk. I do more damage if I'm behind. I'm mostly main healers, so positionals isn't something I care about most of the time. Someone is wicked fast on the stuns there. That's the key. Don't need you. Don't need you. Now, do we know... Are we gonna do the shortcut? Only suckers take the stairs. Takes too long. Just jump. Why do you take the stairs? Seriously. Now we do a lap. I also like to just influence my teammates to not take the stairs by jumping off first. Follow me, guys! The fun's down here! I also like this dungeon and have run this dungeon a lot, so I really know it. Go in here, yellow key. No, my yellow key. Stay away, healer. Yes, I know the optimal way of doing it is to let the healer grab it, because they're not really needed for the first couple of seconds of a fight anyway. I don't care. My key. Go get him, tank. Go, go. Okay, that is stunnable. Good to know. I swear there was a point where mechanically you had to kill these around the same time, but no one does it, so I kind of question whether that's actually the case. And yeah, like I said, you used to have to... Oh, someone should probably grab parchment. You getting the parchment? Okay. Used to be a point where you had to know to use return there, but now there's just that ethereal flow that takes you back to the beginning. I don't want you. You're less than what I have. Just gotta fight this guy. Go. I don't know, I think her face is still kind of pretty, if freakishly haunted. Guys, I was watching the cutscene. Why didn't you wait for me? Just don't look at him. It's not that complicated. Oh, that's the astrologian skill. Nope, that is not stunnable. They got rid of some of her more interesting mechanics, though. Made her fight slightly less annoying to deal with as a healer, though. Used to be there were lamps that would spawn in the corners of the room and they deal pulsing damage. And, I mean... that got annoying because no one would ever kill the... void lamps. So you just got pulsing AoE damage going off constantly. But it is what it is. Okay. Darkness has taken root within these halls. Sprung from the most unlikely of seeds. One cannot help but admire the irrepressible spirit that quickened it to life. It is our pleasure to meet you at last, adventurer. You are every bit as intriguing as our master gave us to believe. It is no only ordinary mortal who can acquire one crystal of light, much less 3. Crystals make you strong, and it is to that strength that the light is drawn. Eidolon shows well. Pity that your existence is irreconcilable with our own. We cannot well allow you to continue upon your present course. Alas, we came here not to play, but to take measure of your strength for Master Lehabrea. A task now accomplished, we take our leave of you. Okay, bye. Fare you well, bringer of light. And Hawkeye Manor completed. Back to Ursendel, who is in Gridania. Oh god. Get me out of... Where's safety? Oh god. Oh god, get me out of here. Not one of them has any clue how to play that instrument. This is the wrong way. I apologize for any auditory pain anyone may have experienced by virtue of bards badly practicing their instruments in Gridania. I have no control over it. You returned. What sights awaited you within the manor? What has become of Lady Amandine? You must tell me all. No. So she went so far as to consort with devils. What did I have done more to prevent her fall? She finally find peace in the beyond. I know not whether the masked men you encountered are the same pair that first led my lady astray, but it is plain that they are of the same vile brood. Should the chance ever present itself, promise me that you will visit upon them tenfold the woe that they have brought upon others. But who am I to speak of punishment? By my silence, I allowed I know not how many innocent young women to die in unspeakable circumstances, and others not wherefore, through misplaced loyalty, cowardice, or both. I am an abettor to a gross crime. I will surrender myself to the authorities and accept whatever punishment they deem just. I only pray that the gods will have mercy on my soul. And we shall return to the Waking Sands.